Kestrel Financial's stated risk appetite is a 2% loss ceiling. It is in every board deck they have published for 11 years. Across 233 documents, not one decision was ever made at it. The real behavior splits in 241 decisions, near 0.61%, 37, near 4.28, with nothing in between. The published figure is the average of two different policies, and it describes neither. Nobody at that company could have written that sentence. When an executive retires, what leaves is not what is in their handover note. It is the rule they applied 400 times and never once wrote down. Their successor inherits the files and none of the judgment. Tacit reconstructs that judgment from the record the company already has, and hands the successor a queryable model of how their predecessor actually decided with the evidence attached to every claim. It runs on Gemini 3.5 Flash through Vertex AI, with agents built on the Google Agent Development Kit, deployed on Cloud Run with the tenant record in Firestore. 8 specialist agents run the induction, a successor agent answers questions with 4 tools and a 14-step cap. Ask it something the record can answer. Every step is a real tool call against the corpus coverage check, doctrine lookup, decision search, then reading the episodes it found. 14 steps maximum, and the trace is the actual log, not a progress animation. The answer cites the exhibits it rests on. Open one and you get the document itself, redacted on the way out. Now ask it something she never faced. It says, there is no precedent, and declines to invent a verdict. That refusal is the product, not a limitation of it. A successor acting on a confident guess is worse off than one who knows the record is silent. Every door, the web API, the command line, the MCP server asks the same policy engine. 13 rules, deny by default, GDPR and CCPA overlays. The subject can revoke consent, and the doctrine closes to everyone reading under it on the next request. Erasure destroys the induced model itself. Deleting the source documents would not be enough, because what the system holds is what it inferred across hundreds of conversations. Where the record runs out, you ask the person. The questions are generated from what the doctrine could not settle. 17 of them, each bound to a finding. The interview comes back through the same pipeline as every other document. And the answer the successor gets now cites the executive's own words. This is not a local demo. Cloud Run, Vertex AI serving Gemini, Firestore holding the record. Model Armor screens every question before the agent sees it. 1. Carrying an instruction is refused and logged. Every request lands in CloudTrace as spans, and all 14 agents sit in a versioned registry. One more finding. Blind to outcomes. The system proposed a variable nobody had named, whether a merchant's founder had previously operated at scale, then measured it. Approved 27 of 41 when true, 1 of 14 when false. Nothing in the corpus says that, and no keyword finds it. It is a decision function recovered from the distribution of 400 choices, which is exactly what retires with the person who made them. Tacit, the rules they decided by, without the person.